Well, I would be conflicted, I think, because part of me, a fantastic animal, a fascinating animal, and it would be really interesting to see how they behave. But I'm a sheep farmer too, and no sheep farmer wants to have a big predator sitting eating their sheep. I mean, we struggle enough as it is to keep the lambs alive that we produce every year. As we stand just now, where sheep are often just kept in a field, there's probably a lower chance of conflict. I think the problem would be if you were putting sheep in amongst trees, which we do here. I can't see a lynx passing up a nice fat lamb, which is sitting in front of it, as opposed to eating a rodeo, which is harder to catch.
Personally, I feel extremely positive and excited about the prospect of lynx back in Scotland. They will have an influence on other predator species that are in the landscape. What they leave of their kills will be for other species, and also you've got all those nutrients going back into the soil and fueling the whole system. Trying to get all the species that we've lost back into the system here to encourage natural processes would be a huge benefit to Scottish ecosystems and biodiversity here. I think attitudes are changing in Scotland, and I do think that the issues that will come up with lynx can be overcome.
I feel that there is possibly a place for them in certain places. But actually, I'm not so sure that Cairngorm Connect is the place because of the amount of people that use it for leisure. Also because of the red listed species that we have. And I believe that we have a cat at the moment that we're trying to save, and that's where we should put our efforts. Of course, there can be a solution come to, but it would have to be in areas that were densely populated with roe deer and densely covered with trees.
At the moment, there will be areas where the lynx would definitely thrive and could survive, but if you look at the overall picture and the forest cover and the suitable habitat overall, it is quite scattered and fragmented. So I think what we have to achieve is a higher proportion of forest cover overall, like let's say bring it up from just under 20% where we are now to 30–40%. In particular, the part in Europe or in Germany where I'm from, the lynx were introduced over the last 20 to 30 years and then slowly spreading from there. And obviously a lot of farmers, some stalkers have very similar concerns than people in Scotland have here. But I think people get used to it and accept it.
It'd be a shame if people thought that lynx were a danger to them and that put them off, because lynx are going to be as far away from you as they can get. They don't want to be near you. But knowing that there's this kind of like larger elusive creature around would give you that sense of like anticipation, and looking around would be exciting. I'm constantly getting questions from tourists about what predators we have, and say, do you have this, do you have that? And I have to say no as an answer to all of them. And I always think that's a bit of a shame. People think, well, there's something missing there, you know?
The people that resulted in the lynx not being here anymore, they had reasons behind that, and they were just trying to survive and live in the best way that they could. I do think we, especially with the state that our ecosystems are in Scotland, we do have a moral obligation today to restore those ecosystems in the best way that we can, and lynx are a part of that. We need to avoid becoming polarised and continue talking to one another across different groups of people, be they sheep farmers or conservationists, everyone.